Matt, this is MultiVersus, and this is the closed alpha, which is literally taking place right now when this video goes live. And there's 15 characters, 7 levels.
Yeah.
There's team modes, there's one-on-ones, there's a free-for-all mode, there's loads of stuff. But yeah, this is MultiVersus, which is basically the Warner Brothers Super Smash Brothers.
Yeah,
right?
That's essentially it, right? And we've had a few days early access to sort of get our hands on, get some opinions on it. And I don't know about you, Dan, but I'm really enjoying it at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. Also, do you like my Shaggy outfit here?
Yes, I think it's Uncle Shagworth. I think
so. Yeah, I think so. Yeah,
from the classic Scooby-Doo cartoon.
But oh mate, do you see that? Like, unbelievable! Just a double kill. Just a double kill, mate. I actually It's been a while since I played Smash Brothers.
Yeah, same.
So, I got into this quite easily. It's very pick up and play.
It is, and it's got a nice selection of the different characters. Like, there are some that are harder to play and more complicated, but a character like Shaggy, for example, I think he's even labelled as recommended on the thing for newcomers. So there's an easy way in to that sort of very. It looks like Smash Brothers. It plays a lot like Smash Brothers, right? There is two attack buttons, like a regular attack and a special attack, which is pulled straight out of Smash. It's left to right, up and down, platform fighting.
Yeah, tons of mobility, tons of dodges. Even things like if you're falling off the edge, you use an up attack and then an up attack and then a dodge left and a dodge left. And so the mobility's there. I didn't really have any issues with it either. In terms of this is an alpha.
Yeah, this is an alpha, which in game development terms is very, very early on in development, and this was a really smooth experience for me.
Even netcode, right? Yeah, netcode as smooth as anything as well.
Well, because it's cross-play, and they're using rollback netcode, which I know most people in the fighting game community really enjoy. It tends to sort of account for lag and things like that, and it's something that Smash has never done.
Nintendo have never been great with their online, right?
No.
Very archaic. But this, super smooth, and this is me as Velma now, who's actually really good.
Yeah, because Velma has no physical attacks, right? In a funny way, she doesn't punch or kick or anything.
No, she throws bam kind of things.
Yeah, speech bubbles, torches, cameras. And you collect those clues, don't you, as well, around the stage, which is a really interesting little mechanic. And it's one of the things this game's done really well, I think, actually, is rather than just being we need everyone to sort of fight and punch and then we'll just give them sort of generic attacks, they've really thought about what each character is, right?
Yeah, it's like this, just called the police.
Yeah.
It's crazy, because that was obviously from the clues and stuff.
Yeah.
And then you got Shaggy in the top left corner just going Super Saiyan.
Shaggy's the most sort of meme character, right? It's the Ultra Instinct Shaggy. But even with that, if you jump and attack downwards, he does a little flutter run, which is like in the cartoons when he used to run on the spot before flying off into the distance. It's really good for there's a lot of different franchises here, right? And it's quite a good crossover in terms of what it's bringing to the table, even in the alpha. I don't know what if they'll have more characters at launch.
Mate, I would say that some of the characters are completely OP, like Taz here.
He hits hard,
incredibly Taz. OP. This one attack that I'll do that literally I think I got 4 knockouts on this game.
Yeah, it knocks out really low percentages, right?
Yeah, but once they're at a high percentage, they're really easy to knock off the map with that one attack. Yeah. And that one attack is super simple to pull off.
Well, this is interesting as well, right? Because one thing that this does, we're going to compare this to Smash a lot, because there's not a lot of big budget games that do this. So indie games have started to do it. You've got your Brawl Outs and your Brawl Hallers and your Rivals of Aether and stuff.
And the Nickelodeon one, what's the Nickelodeon one?
Nickelodeon All-Star Brawl. But this feels like apart from Smash Bros., this feels like the highest budget sort of platform fighter that I've played, and you can see it in the quality of the animations. Everything's so smooth, and every character's really true to how you expect them to move.
Absolutely.
And it looks really good.
But as you were saying earlier on as well, it's every character. It's not just archetypes like Sword Guy, Brawler.
Yeah.
Even the Brawlers are really different. there's mages. So your mages are Tom and Jerry and Bugs Bunny, right?
Yeah, and then they require more sort of like resource management almost, because a lot of their attacks require a recharge, but they're powerful when they do use them. And yeah, that's really interesting. The assassins all feel really different. And that's the thing. There's different classes of character here, which is, almost Overwatch-esque. You've got like brawlers, tanks, support, assassins, and mages. I mean,
there are in like Smash, effectively, right?
Yes, but they're not. They
just don't tell you.
Yeah,
they're basically this is telegraphed. Like, this is so and so class. This is so and so. But even the classes are different.
But even I think support is probably the biggest example of where this game is way more about 2-on-2 fighting. Where I think Smash has always been more concentrated on 1-on-1 or free for all. So every character is an attacker, right? But
if you're talking esports, then it's always been 1-on-1, right? Pretty much. All the big shows and the big spectacles. Yeah.
100%.
1-on-1.
Whereas Warner Brothers have been very clear that this is about 2-on-2, and that's where you get the support. Yeah, and that's why you have support characters who they've got one original character in this game, which is called Rain Dog. And
so he was in the last level. We'll see him pop up again. I think.
And he's got an ability which drag people back. Steven Universe here, you'll see he has a lot of bubble shields to protect people, and he can create platforms for your allies. And he's if you play as him 1-on-1, he's a much more difficult character to play in. But in 2-on-2, he supports your other characters, and fighting against him, I always found him a pain in the arse, because I'd be fighting the other character, suddenly they'd have an impenetrable shield around, and then you have to go and fight Steven to get the shield off of. So there's some really interesting ways that things interact. And you can see Ira Stark here as well, who is a really interesting character to play as. She's cleverly done.
I absolutely smashed with her. I lost my first 2 games of this game, and I've not lost since. I picked it up really easily.
Yeah, same. I've got something like a 95% win rate at the moment. Not to brag, but we're both very good at this.
But I don't know whether it's the standard of the opposition. But I imagine that'll change as people get a lot better at it.
Harley Quinn here, because she's been my main in terms of playing this, and she's an assassin type character, and that's way about hitting hard and then running away, and you've got a bit of range and stuff like that to hit people with.
She's great. Also, you can throw other characters. This is Rain Dog, right? Is that Rain Dog?
Yes.
Reinhardt? What's his name?
I assume it's Rain, because I think it's reindeer antlers, right? So I'm thinking it's Rain Dog rather than reindeer.
And it's not Reinhardt, because that's Overwatch.
Yes, that's Overwatch.
But basically, you can tether to other characters when you're the big fluffy Rain Dog.
Yeah, and pull them back onto stage, right? If they're about to be knocked off.
Which is really handy as well.
Yeah.
But also, you can be thrown as well, like this.
Yeah. So, each character really feels quite different in how they play, and I think it's a surprisingly good first effort. If this was a full game that was released at the moment, I would be surprisingly good first effort. The fact that this is the alpha, and there's room to improve, there's room to rebalance and stuff like that. But I just think everyone's so well animated as well. Everyone looks and moves how they do in their own universe, right? But even despite that, there's this aligned art style which seems to work for absolutely everyone.
I think it's great, yeah.
Yeah, because it's a bit like Disney Infinity did that back in the day, right? With that sort of blocky art style they had for everyone.
Yeah.
But I feel like that lacked as much personality. I think this is way better.
This is my go-to.
Oh, your main character.
I'm a Jake main. This is it. He's got some great abilities. He's powerful, strong attacks, good variation, good mobility.
He's a bit of a Kirby from Smash Brothers, isn't he? Because he can eat people, and then you've got that sort of down and Y attack where you land heavily on them.
Yeah, that. Where I turn into a house or a boat. Yeah, but I can also turn into a horse as well.
Yeah.
So it's great, but talking about the art style, I love it across the board. Everything seems to fit, even Arya Stark.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's a tricky one to fit into this world, because it's a human character. Whereas Jake and Finn and Bugs Bunny, they already have set styles.
Yeah, exactly. Whereas, right. But Aya fits in really well, and especially it's really important to note that like what you're seeing is like a really cool art style and all this. What you're probably not hearing at the moment is the fact that they're pretty much all voiced. Anyone who's got a voice is voiced, which is something that Nickelodeon was really criticised for, All-Star Brawl, for being sort of silent. But here, like, you've got Aya voiced by Maisie Williams, which is like really, really cool. At some point,
I think it's like specifically custom lines as well, right? Because it's like, I swear I can't remember who it was, but I swear she's like, "Oh, I'm fighting with Batman" or something like that.
Yeah,
I'm like,
and,
wow, that's like, whoa.
Aya, if she's fighting Shaggy, she mentions about her dog fighting his dog.
Oh, really?
In terms of talking about like the dire wolf and Scooby. When you get like, obviously you get ones between like Harley and Batman and Wonder Woman because they're all part of the same universe, but like I had a fight which I was Batman and Superman was on the field, and you hear Superman being like, "No kryptonite, eh, Bruce?" Like, and stuff like that. Like, there's this really cool little thing, and like Wonder Woman comments to Aya at some point about how the children of her people are more powerful than her. There's all these little like crossover lines, which is something that even, you know, Smash is all about the crossover of just seeing these people fighting against each other, right? But
yeah, for sure.
Here, even in a fight, you're getting these little like comments between each other. Shaggy comments on like Harley Quinn being like a scary clown.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because once I started noticing it, I started really paying attention to see what all the little things were. And again, this is an alpha. Like, there's more polish to add. I wouldn't even expect that in there yet. I'd expect just the gameplay stuff, but it feels really cool. But I guess something we do have to mention is this is a free-to-play game. And that means
there's going to be microtransactions.
Yeah, there's going to be microtransactions, and like they're very, very good at paying homage to each of these series and each of these characters. The sad thing is that a lot of that stuff's going to be locked behind battle passes. A lot of like the extra costumes, like Shaggy's like Uncle Shagworth costume, which is a really cool little feature and like a callback to the original cartoons. That's, you know, in the battle pass. A lot of the emotes are in the battle pass.
Yeah, but there's two battle passes, a little bit like Halo, right?
Yes.
So there's a standard and a premium.
I mean, we've got access to both, I think, in the alpha, right? Like,
yeah, we do, yeah.
But and yeah, to have a lot of that stuff locked behind, it's great that it's there. Like, clearly there's a lot of love from the developers for the things in this series and all of these series essentially, and whoever's going to be added in the future. But that stuff is an incentive to buy a battle pass, to buy, you know, they've not very spoken about what they're going to do with currency either, but
I don't mind. If it's a free-to-play, I'm okay with that. It's when they start shoehorning that into kind of paid games, right?
Yeah. No, you are right.
I will buy a character. I will buy whatever character. If anything, you're in a better position because, like, and you have to. Even if you have to buy the characters outright, like, you can pick and choose who you want. You don't have to like buy the entire game and get 1,000 characters, of which you'll use 3. Like with this, like you can just basically pick how you want. I don't know. And I should stipulate that I don't know how it's going to play into the end game. Yeah. So whether they are just going to let you buy them, whether they are just going to put them in the battle pass, whatever. I hope they don't. I hope they just let you buy them.
Yeah, that would be good. I will say, so you're playing as Tom and Jerry here, and I love them in particular. They're really difficult to play as. I love their whole thing of the fact that they're fighting each other. They're not fighting everyone else, but everyone else just gets hit by their attack, and I really like that as a concept. It's just another way that they thought about it, and rather than just being like, yeah, Tom and Jerry punch and kick, it's like, no, they're hitting each other and missing and hitting everyone else.
Yeah, did you also see that double? I got a double kill in that last game.
Nice, very nice.
Just I dropped a stick of dynamite that blew both of them off the screen at the same time. That's it, I'm retiring, mate. Right, so this is a good character to mention. So, Finn, right? Like, he collects coins from doing damage.
Yeah.
And then he spends the coins on upgrades. So you'll watch, I'm going to go down now. I'm just trying to get some free time. So I'm trying to get some, like, it only takes like a split second, but I've upped my speed now.
Yeah.
So then if I collect, I think it's like 1,500, I can up it again. So there's this kind of cool progression within a match with some characters.
Yeah.
This is what I mean, that a lot of them are just so different. Do you know what I mean?
They've really, really thought about how to make each one different, rather than like, because Warner Brothers has access to more series and also more characters in each series than this, right? Like, we've got Shaggy and Velma from Scooby-Doo. We don't have Scooby yet. Like, I've no doubt he'll arrive eventually, but it seems like they've made an effort to launch with, you know, a lower amount of characters than they maybe could do, but really, really think about making each character feel individual and unique and a completely different way of playing.
Is this the launch lineup then?
The thing is, I don't know. But when you compare it to something like Smash Brothers these days, right, which is, iterative and has characters from years and years, like you start that game with, 40, 50 characters, but a lot of them do feel fairly similar to each other. You've got 3, Links who all have pretty much the same sword attacks, and they're all a bit more standardized, and you get that in a lot of other games. Whereas, here I feel like they've really made every character really special. And like Bugs Bunny, he's got the burrowing underground, but then his ally can use the burrow underground as well once the hole's dug. There's loads of little things that change how every single game plays, and I think that's why it made it so easy for me, and I think the same for you, to just keep jumping into another game.
Yeah. I was, even after 3 or 4 hours of playing it, it was still stuff I was learning, and it's like, oh shit! Even things like Bugs Bunny's got a charm ability that, basically, I don't know what it does specifically, but I actually charm someone. Yeah. So whether it screws their controls up, or whether because I was never charmed myself, I was only charming other people.
Yeah, and Arya Stark
just like in real life.
Arya Stark has that face stealing ability, which I was learning how to use that throughout, and then eventually once you get the hang of that, and you manage to stun other players with it.
What does that do?
So when you use the face steal and then use it again, if they get caught there and see that you've stolen their face, they get stunned for ages, and if you get 2 good hits in, you can just knock them off the map.
Yeah, because Velma has also got an ice patch that she drops, and you can turn people into ice cubes.
Yeah,
which is pretty cool.
And Superman has that with his ice breath as well. Harley's all about setting things on fire with her sort of explosives and stuff, and then if you hit them enough times after setting them on fire, they ignite.
Yeah.
And even to this point, I'm still not sure what that does specifically. But yeah, it's a really interesting game, man. I'm very excited to see what happens with it.
And we have just waffled on for 17 minutes, and I feel like we could talk for probably another 17 more, but alas, we shall wrap it up.
Yeah.
Matt, so the beta's out. The closed alpha, is out now, and it runs till the 27th, and there is an open beta in July, right?
Yeah. So that'll be available to anyone to just download and try out.
Awesome. That is MultiVersus. Thanks for watching, folks. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time. Cheers, folks. Bye.
Bye.